Okay, here's my improvisational part of my YouTube live stream for the evening. Um, like I was talking about before, I've got this idea where I would like Billie Eilish to star opposite me in a movie, which would be like a remake of the movie Popcorn. Just to refresh your memory, the movie Popcorn, it was produced in 1990. I was only 20 years old when it came out. Um, and it's about this, like the theater department at the University of California, I think it is. And they're all like they're these like theater people that they're running out of funding for the theater department. So they're trying to save the theater department. So one of them has the idea to have like a fundraiser by having like a movie marathon at the theater to raise the funding to save the theater. And it would be a horror-thon. And they realized that horror movies actually rake in a lot of money at the box office, so they can they can have this horror-thon like in the theater. It's the Dreamland Theater, and what they do is they have like these horror movies from like the fifties and sixties on the screen, and some of the things that you're seeing on in the movie are replicated with actual props from maybe the movies or that they just designed to kind of give you like a sense of that, like you're not just like watching the movie on the screen, but you're experiencing the movie in real life. So they like if you see like some giant animal or something attacking a person, they'll have like somebody dressed up like a giant animal and attacking you in the theater. Different things. The same thing that you see on the screen happens in real life. But what happens is one of the main characters of the movie who um, okay. He murders his family on stage because he wanted to have like a real life performance of a very realistic type of movie. So he murders his family on stage. Um, but Jill Schoen plays this character who she survived the murder. She didn't get murdered. He burned down the theater to um, kind of create like this very realistic looking film. And so he's come back to finish the film. And okay, so what happens is so he comes back and he wears like all these like flesh masks. It's like a what happens like he in the fire when he tried to set fire to the theater and murder his family. He lost all the flesh on his body, so he was like left with like no flesh anywhere on his body. So what he did was he made these like masks out of like I don't think he used like real human flesh to make these flesh masks, but what he did was he took like some kind of like I don't know. He created like these like masks out of like, so not it's not human skin. It's kind of like he was able to come up with some kind of like I don't know, something to replicate human skin, and he could make his face look like anybody else's face, and that way he can like disguise himself and fool people that way. Um, but so he comes back to finish the film, and so Jill Schoen is kind of like she catches she figures this out, but she has like these dreams, and I think they're like telepathic dreams, and she's like dreaming at night, and I think the guy it's like one of the most confusing plots I've ever seen in my life, but it's still I think it's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to have like these unanswered questions. It's supposed to be kind of like a dream. The movie itself is supposed to be like a dream sequence that is in some ways has a coherent narrative to it, and in other ways doesn't. Much like a dream sequence. But what happens is she kind of like thinks she communicates with him telepathically in her dreams. And finally, you know, when they're having this horror-thon, he kind of usurps the control of this whole horror-thon that they're having by disguising himself with these different faces of different people that are part of the horror-thon with these flesh masks that he makes. Because, you know, like I said, all his flesh on his body was burned off in the fire, so he makes a flesh mask, but he can disguise himself to look like anybody. And comes back and to stage the final scene in that movie. That probably only begins to explain the plot, but just to give you some idea of the movie. I've got a poster in my basement of popcorn, and the slogan for it was "The Possessor." 15 years ago, he murdered his family on stage and burned down the theater. Tonight, he's back for an encore. Popcorn! Buy a bag. Go home in a box. So that was like the promotional thing for it. I hope I didn't scare anybody. Okay. Anyways, so I would like to get that movie produced. Okay. Okay. And another idea I came up with was I would like so I'd like to it would be like kind of like a remake of Popcorn with Billie Eilish in the role that Jill Schoen had, and I would star opposite Billie Eilish. And like I was saying, It would be the premiere of it would be like be shown like in an outdoor movie screen on a Santa Barbara beach, the town where Katy Perry grew up. And to honor Katy Perry, and Katy Perry would come up with a whole new album of songs that were inspired by the movie Popcorn. And she would give a concert before the movie of the new songs. And then after the concert, she would come with me and sit in the audience and watch the premiere of Popcorn. And all the people that were part of any part of the movie Popcorn would be there too. Billie Eilish would be in the audience. Anybody who was like played an integral role and like produced in any way associated with the movie Popcorn, we would all be in the audience. And then friends and relatives would be there. And I think it would be so much fun and so fulfilling. So something that is kind of a pet project of mine that I'm trying to get off the ground. God, it would be fun. And I think it would make a lot of money. See, the key to success in life is fun. That's the key to success. That's what a lot of people don't understand, but it's something that I understand. Okay, anyways. Got to get this thing happening. I wouldn't be surprised if Katy Perry knew of this and she was like, she already started writing songs inspired by the movie Popcorn. I would not be surprised at all by that. So anyways, and I wouldn't be surprised if Billie Eilish was kind of like thinking about this and thinking like, yeah, sign me up. Where do I sign? I want to be in a remake of the movie Popcorn. Why not? Sure, yeah, let's do it. Anyways, something that I think would really be financially so profitable, and people will just absolutely love it. I think just let's get this thing started. Anyway, so I said my piece, and okay, I just trying to talk to you about that soon. It'll be so much fun,